and welcome to a new episode of The Hand of Glory. I do hope you are enjoying this series. So again, what happened last time is we left off here. We're finished here, and then we're going to pretty much start from here. So I'm hoping in this episode we can leave here as well, but we'll soon see anyway. So let's get going. Let's try the door first.
Come in. Buenos días, señor. Do you need anything?
My name is Lazarus Bundy. I'm an investigator employed by the HPD.
La policía? They say the investigations were interrupted for today.
The inspector changed his mind and decided to send me. Modestly, the best agent in the department.
Bendita Virgen Maria, gracias. The more people is looking for little Kathrin, and more chance we have to find her.
I agree, Mrs.
Lupe, señor, just Lupe. I'm the housekeeper of the Mulzberg mansion.
Is Mr. Mulzberg home? First and foremost, I need to ask him a couple of questions.
No, lo siento. He left the house a few hours ago. He said he prefers to throw himself into work than staying home waiting for news without doing anything. Estoy segura he'll be back mañana. Tomorrow, I mean.
I understand. In the meantime, do you mind if I carry on my investigation in the mansion?
No, on the contrary. Do como si fuera en your casa.
That door behind you, does it lead to the girl's room?
Oh no, esa is the room of her father, el señor Mulzberg. Unfortunately, he expressly asked me not to let anybody enter. Mr. Mulzberg was in his room at the time of the kidnapping and thinks it no necessary to invade his private space. You can find the girl's room on the upper floor. Both doors are fine.
Well, for once, things were going smoothly. Please stick around. I'll have some more questions soon.
Please do what you can.
So how come I can't go in Eric Mulberg's room? So I clearly need to get rid of her. So I'm just gonna have a quick look around, click on a few different things.
In that house, a terrible crime had just been committed. The air in the living room was thick with fear, hate, and anguish. To hell with it. Maybe some good music would boost morale. Or maybe not.
Right, so obviously it's letting you zoom in on the sheet music, so there must be something of importance on here.
I didn't know much about music, but that sheet music was weird.
Now I can't remember too much about sheet music. I think the middle line is a C, and then below is a B. So C, C. Oh, I don't know. I'm not even gonna have a.
I didn't know much about.
Never mind. Right, anything else? So the phone over there. Let's just having a quick.
An old-style phone, one of those with the rotary dials.
They've always interested me in the rotary phones. They're a little bit past my generation. My grandparents had one, but I never really used
I wasn't
it.
interested in the products. On the other hand, I noticed a side compartment containing some fresh white clothes from the washing machine.
She never even said anything. Right, let's have a quick look over here. There's nothing. Cigar. Okay, let's have a quick look upstairs. So again, if you double click, it just shoots off straight upstairs.
So that was the entrance to Kathrin Mulzberg's room. Both entrances were locked. Lupe hadn't warned me about that. But within me, to my core, I knew that something like this would happen.
So, she clearly lied. She said
when I was a kid, I always dreamed of wearing one of those shiny suits of armor to parade around the city. Who am I kidding? I still dream of it. What a big face. Aww. I didn't want to read the plaque entirely, but he was related to Mulzberg. A guy with a mean face and a diabolical goatee. I didn't want to read the plaque. He was clutching that medallion as if it could protect him from something terrible. I didn't want to read the plaque entirely, but he was... It seemed authentic, The Mulzbergs even had a coat of arms?
Gloria Potentia. Right, so
I still had to find...
can we
No
use
matter
it?
how hard I tried.
I know it sounds a
Yes.
bit stupid, but you'd never know. Let's go speak to her, the clean lady, see what she got to say.
Hello, Lupe.
Do you need something?
I'm interested to hear the other opinions, but found the doors on the upper
Found the
locked.
doors on the upper floor locked. It's not exactly a good way to start an investigation.
Oh, el señor must have locked them all because la policía has finished these investigations. Pero estoy segura que the key is on the upper floor somewhere. El problema es que I don't know exactly where. Do you mind looking for it?
Nah, I'm used to these kind of situations. Thanks anyway. I'm interested in hearing other opinions about Kathrin Mulzberg.
We all love her in this house. Senor Mulzberg is always buried in the work while Kathrin brings sunshine in these walls. Unfortunately, no obstante she's such a happy girl, she hasn't got many friends.
Her father's name is probably a deterrent for acquaintances, and above all, boyfriends.
God bless you for what you are doing for her. I just know that La Señorita is still alive.
Where does this confidence of yours come from?
Dios would never let one of his sweetest creatures be hurt.
I was going to tell her that in real life nobody is ever spared from evil, but I held my tongue. That woman was already upset enough on her own. Stick around.
Right, let's go back upstairs and see if we can see it. It's probably again in plain sight. I reckon it'll be somewhere in a suit of armour. Because we cannot go that way. There's nothing over there. Let's have a look. Investigate the suit of armour a bit more.
I really doubted the maid would have hidden the key in the armor. She wouldn't have risked making such an ancient armor fall, which was probably more expensive than her whole house.
Behind the radiator, maybe.
A radiator wasn't the best hideout for a key. Once, I dropped a key inside the gaps between columns, and it took half a day to recover it. At this point, it should be clear that I have a serious problem with keys. I took a look inside the lamp, but the key wasn't there. I took a look inside the lamp, but the key...
If she's put them all there,
I took a look inside the lamp.
Are they over here? No.
The key hadn't been hidden in the frame of the picture. The key hadn't been...
Now where the hell can it be? Maybe I can behind here?
I peeked behind... I still had to find the main key, with which I could unlock both...
Right, it's looking like a thing. Let's go back downstairs and question her. It's not a good start to the investigation anyway.
Hello, Lupe.
Do you need...
Nope.
Stick around.
Is there anything... I'll tell you what, let's try and go into... So we got the linen sheet.
I looked inside the vase in search of the key, but I only found spiderwebs. Way to go, maid. Who would have ever thought to look in there? Well, except me. I looked inside the vase in search... I took a look inside the lamp, but the key wasn't there.
Very strange. So we can't check out the plaque. We can only check out the picture. Lamp. We've checked all lamps.
I really doubted the maid, she wouldn't have...
Now, can we come over here? Nope. See, it looks very peculiar. Ah.
Maybe the key was hidden up there, but it was too high for me to reach it. Was it really worth it?
Yes.
Even though the magnet would... Maybe the key was hidden.
So it needs obviously somewhere to reach it. No magnet
I
in
was
there.
all out of ideas. Was it really worth it?
Yes.
I thought it was better to look for another solution. No matter how hard I tried,
Can we do the wrench?
Was it really worth?
Yes. If you get into the room, yes.
I was all out of ideas.
Right, so we've pretty much looked everywhere. Let's see if we can go downstairs. 1, 2, oh, stool.
If I needed it, I'd go back to get it.
Oh, the stool, right.
I thought of putting the piano stool in a useful position to reach the top of the frame.
How did she get up there?
I unlocked both entrances to the room and finally prepared to start my investigation. I only needed a quick glance to realize that something inside that room wasn't as it should be. Not even a minimum sign of struggle. No item out of place. None of the typical evidence usually found at a kidnapping scene. The bed was even made. I was sure that Kathrin Mulzberg hadn't had the room fixed up after the alleged crime. Alright, let's try to understand what happened in here.
Right, so obviously quite a few bits to pick up on. Projector, bookcase, nightstand, posters, switch, window, bed, doll, bathtub, bath products. Right, so let's have a quicker look at the bookcase.
There's nothing of interest to me at the moment.
So at the moment, let's have a look at the projector.
The projector worked only through the insertion of rectangular cartridges, but I couldn't find any of those. The drawer contained only a few sheets of paper with nothing interesting on them, and a fiberglass bowl containing some little numbers, like the ones used to play bingo. I didn't want to move them. They might be... It was stuck, and so in all probability unused. The jewelry box contained exactly what I expected. Jewels. Surely they weren't trinkets. That the girl was filthy rich wasn't exactly news. It looked like a common jewelry box. It had been a while since I'd practiced with the blue steel. The room as a whole reflected the shy personality of someone barely beyond her childhood years. That poster was curiously out of place. It exuded repressed fury and bloodshed. An inner conflict? Strange. The bed wasn't disturbed, and yet Kathrin had been kidnapped overnight.
I reckon that doll's one.
There were dolls everywhere in that room. Either Kathrin was really tied to her past, or she was traumatized by it. There were dolls everywhere in that room. Either Kathrin was really tied to her past, or she was traumatized by it.
Right, so I think they're pretty much done in that room. So,
My skin smells natural, so no need to wash it. My skin smells... Just hygiene products, nothing I wanted to examine thoroughly. I've always suffered from a strange phobia. Strangers' bathrooms terrify me. I thought the room visible on the lower floor was Kathrin Mulzberg's.
Right, so we've obviously been in there. We found the key. Let's go back downstairs. Can we try and get in his room?
Mulzberg had clearly conveyed that...
Right, let's have a quick talk
Hello,
to him and
Rebecca.
we'll go outside.
Do you need something?
Nope, stick
Stick
around.
around.
Stick around.
It was time to act.
Who are you? And
Who are
above
you?
all, why did you knock down the gate? It was open.
Oh, are you sure? Well, anyway, I'm surprised how many people don't read the newspaper anymore. I am. Lazarus Bundy! Lars to friends, but you can call me Bundy, Mr. Pirate. I'm the detective assigned to the case of young Kathrin.
I'm relieved to see you here. That poor girl doesn't deserve what's happened to her.
Spare me the platitudes and don't go very far. I want to question you personally.
I'm not going anywhere. As if I could. They haven't given me a holiday since '95.
Hello, good man. Cut the small talk and tell me everything you know about the crime.
It was late at night, and from my shed out back, I heard a loud crash. It gave me a shock. I rushed outside and found Mr. Mulzberg in his robe. I don't know if I was more upset by that spectacle or the sign on the facade.
So you live in the vicinity. The kidnappers were reckless. You could have seen them.
The mansion is really dark at night and very isolated. We're more vulnerable to these sort of crimes than you think.
What do you think the reason for the kidnapping?
What do you think was the reason for the kidnapping? Excluding money, obviously.
Kathrin was a very joyful girl. Everybody loved her. But then she refused to leave the house for months.
How come?
I don't know precisely. I mind my own business.
You have a very special
You
talent.
have a very special talent.
I started for fun after watching a movie. And to my great surprise, I found out I was good at it.
Congratulations. This beaver came out really nice.
Can't you see it's a horse?
Yeah, I remember
Stick around.
Edward Scissorhands, and I actually when I was very young actually, decided to try and cut a bush similar to that into a swan. As little did I know, it kind of looked more like a car that a kid had drawn.
Come here, sweetie. I was suddenly hungry for broth.
Come here.
A harsh-looking hen. A chicken house. A chicken coop? I mean, a cage for chickens. In this case, there was just one hen, but a very fierce-looking one. A chicken house. In this case, that egg was huge. I understood then why the hen had those bloodshot eyes.
Well, let's have a...
That shorty with the hook was doing a good job. The back of the house revealed a separate floor. Clearly the back area was reserved for the servants, and they kept it hidden from sight. Like hell I would rummage through the trash. Like hell I... Here, Bridget. Come here, sweetie. Something in the look of that dog told me it didn't want to play.
That's why it wagged its tail when you shouted its name.
It was slimy dog food. Despite that, a primal instinct took it inside me and made me drool. Better... They contained grain and animal feed. I was fond of that feed. It tasted like ham. Another one of the gardener's creations. That flamingo was really well done. The door was locked, but I didn't mind. I could go inside by the main entrance. It was impossible to open the lock with my bare hands. I'd need the key.
Right, it's pretty much, from what I can see, over here we go. I think it's just going to give us the same.
Like hell.
Let's get out of here. Have I put everything here? 1, 2, 3, hang on. Hatch. See, there's a good thing about this button, it
Why
shows you.
lock up that poor hen? The sight could have fooled me, but surely not the smell. That was rosemary. There were the green and soft leaves of spring, the dry and thorny leaves of summer, and the crispy brown ones, the symbol of autumn. The gardener had done a good job.
Well, let's speak to
Hello.
the guy.
Yes?
Stick around.
So pretty much, from the looks of it, nothing.
On its side were the words Blue Mer.
Right, let's go head back inside.
Hello, Lupe.
Do you need...
Stick around, Lupe. The cart contained many products for house cleaning, liquids.
Let's try this. Alright, I was going to see if I could try anything over there, but
The bathtub was monumental. Tiny and intricately detailed tiles surrounded the external ceramic. Even the water closet was high class. Just hygiene products, nothing I wanted to examine thoroughly. I thought the room visible on the lower floor was Eric Mulzberg's.
let's try turn this on.
The projector worked only through the insertion of rectangular cartridges, but I couldn't find any of those. Strange. The bed wasn't... With a mirror like that, I had to get one. With a mirror like that, it would have been much easier to manage. I had to get one. It was too dark to read. With a mirror like that, I had to get one.
Let's turn the light on. Right, the reason is bookcase.
I scanned through the volumes displayed in the little bookcase. Greek history, ecology, botany, astronomy. My God, how shameful. There was no comics section. I scanned, my God.
So again, this game has little things that there's got to be something to do in this nightstand. Paper.
Notes, scribbles. Notes, scribbles. I didn't want to move them. That drawer hadn't been opened for...
Can we give it a bit of a bang?
I didn't understand. No matter how hard I tried. I thought it was better to look for another.
I think that's the only thing.
Was it really worth it? In that moment, that drawer hadn't been opened for ages.
It worked before.
The lock I painstakingly removed from my green dart. No matter how hard I...
Right.
That side of the house faced a small backyard, where I could see an unused shed. Directly below the window was a trash can. If the girl decided to get rid of something compromising, all she had to do was throw it in the garbage. I decided to check.
Yeah, see, this is a problem. Like sometimes, you gotta hit key points. Before you kind of lets you do anything. So I'm guessing.
If my assumptions were right, maybe I would find something useful in the middle. At first glance, I didn't see anything unusual. Then, from the filthy depths of that abyss, something emerged. As my friend Frank would say, bingo. Literally, had I worked this hard just to recover a bingo card? Yet, my intuition urged me to persist with that bingo card. Some of those numbers reminded me of something.
23.
Hello, good man.
Yes?
Stick around. Lupe had already put the stool back in its place. If there's one thing I really hate, it's people that can't stand anything left out of place for more than 5 minutes. Hello, Lupe.
Do you need...
Stick around, Lupe. I didn't know much about...
3. Right, do you think this could potentially be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
I didn't know much about...
3. So that's 3, well 2, 4, 4, 2. Right, let's go up in a room.
I didn't want to move them. They might... There were a bunch of numbers. 11, 23, 8, 52, 72, 36, 61. They had to mean something.
So, I'm just going to write these numbers down, see if there's anything that so there's obviously, I remember 11 being there, wasn't it? Nope, open up.
There were a bunch of numbers. 11, 23, 8, 52, 72, 36, 61. They had to mean something.
A bit too fast for that, Bundy.
There were a bunch of numbers. 11, 23, 8, 52, 72, 36, 61. They had to mean...
Right, let's have a look at this now. So 11, 23, 8, 52, 72, 36, 61. So we have 3, 17, 15, 90, 40. Let's have a look at the bookcase.
There's nothing of interest.
Right, hang on. Maybe. Did it need a key? The
What a
padlock.
big face. I did.
The shed. Did the shed need a key, or was it a passcode?
Hello, Lupe.
Do you need something?
Stick around, Lupe. It was impossible to open. The door was locked, but I didn't mind. I could go inside. Here, Bridget. Something in the look of that dog. Hello, good man.
Yes?
Stick around. A small yacht was docked in front of the main. On its side were the words, Mulzberg had cleared an old-style phone. One of those. An old-style phone. I thought it was better to look for another solution. I didn't know much about music, but that sheet music was weird. I didn't know much about music, but that sheet music was weird.
trying to figure out what the numbers could mean.
With a mirror like that, it would have been much easier. I scanned through the volume. There was nothing of interest to me at the moment. There was nothing of... The room as a whole reflected the shy personality of someone barely beyond her childhood years. It exuded repressed... There was nothing else to see. Strange. 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 There were dolls everywhere in that room. Or she was There were dolls everywhere in that room. Or she was Sometimes, my obsession with using random items didn't lead anywhere. No matter how hard I tried, I thought it was better to... I could tie some clothes to the radiator, creating a handmade rope to lower me from the window, but I couldn't see any reason why. It seemed authentic. The Mulzbergs even had a coat of arms. Lupe, the Mulzberg's housekeeper, seemed very close to young Kathrin. She wore a big golden cross around her neck. She was clearly very religious. It seemed more comfortable than my bed. Come to think of it, it probably was. These rich guys could afford fabric more expensive than my own skin. Better spare for...
Struggling. I'm really struggling, you know. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get back to you in a second. Right, okay. I think I've figured it out. Now, I have spent a little bit of time on this, so just bear with me. So...
A little outdated as technology. Was the girl fond of it?
So, basically what I did is, I was just playing around with all these, and I thought, you know what? Let's do these numbers. So obviously I wrote down the numbers and I inputted all that. And what it did, it came up with a little sequence here. So then I remembered I had this letter.
Those numbers had to mean something. What if they were a clue to the bingo card I found?
Yes. So and as you've seen in 15, they're very similar numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick picture on the old phone, and then because my memory is shocking, I'll forget these numbers. So let's take a picture. 52, 17, 90. Right, let's took a picture. Now let's go back to let's go back to here. Let's go back to the card. So the numbers were, let's reset them all, so let's get them all up. So we had 52, we had 17, we had 90, we had 11, 15, 72. Right, so let's try that in.
I would obtain very little by simply guessing. I would obtain very...
Right.
Strange. The bed wasn't disturbed.
So why? Hang on. Have I done it wrong? So... shall I do it in the opposite direction? So... 1, 2, lift up. 1, 2, lift up.
I inserted the numbers scribbled on the envelope.
Right, so let's try this now. Oh, yeah. So this is what
I
happened
inserted
before.
the numbers found in the envelope, but the beam of light only highlighted letters without a complete meaning. I was sure they were a clue, but I needed something else. A little outdated as was the girl.
Right, so now, right, so this one's pretty much give me the same as this one here. So let's look at 11. So 11's on there again. So let's get rid of. So 11, 23, 8, 52, 72, 36, 61. Alright, now let's.
I would obtain very little by The drawer contained some white sheets. There were a bunch of numbers. They had to mean something.
Right. So then. So have I just? Let me just do this the other way around. So I'm gonna do the numbers that are not shown. So 23 is on there, 36 on there, 17's not on there, 11's on there, 8's on there, 15, 52's on there, 48's not on there, 61.
I'd inserted the figures found in the nights.
Right, so let's try this one now.
I'd already tried the figures from the nightstand, with no result. I was sure they were a clue, but I needed something else.
Right, so I've tried the number from. Let's just go back to the letter. Address.
It led me to where that crazy guy launched his chat.
So then we've already inserted them numbers.
The wax seal was recognizable in its simplicity, just a vermilion circle.
Right. Right, so where is that thing gone again? It's definitely got to be something to do. Oh, bugger. It's definitely got to be something to do with this.
I was sure I had set the right code. The first clues to suggest it were the numbers inside the drawer. Based only on those, though, the possible combinations would be countless. I got the key to reading it from the envelope I received the morning before. The lunatic was toying with me as a cat does a mouse, and yet I couldn't help but continue going down that road.
Right, so the reason I came up with that is because both of the numbers. So inside the drawer was numbers 11, 23, 8, 52. So 52's there. 72's there, and 11. Alright, so the reason what I did.
I was sure I'd solved the code.
Alright, so it can't show me. So that's the reason is 11, 52, and 72, and that's the reason why I picked them numbers. So I was just having a quick think about it. So let's see what happens now.
I felt like an old man hearing the final number called, the victorious one. I had done it. The peculiar angle of the holes directed the beam of light toward 3 specific points on the bookcase, highlighting 3 syllables. Balsamo. Balsamo. Italian for balm. Why did Kathrin leave a clue in Italian? No, I was confused. All that work just served to lead me to a hygiene product?
Right, so now obviously balm is cleaning balm, so let's have a look at the bath products.
As weird as it might seem, the message hidden in the young girl's room led me to the word balsamo. It's Italian for balm. Still unsure of what I had just found, I took the product in question and looked at it more closely. Nothing. No writing, creases, or rip on the label. No tiny objects hidden in the gooey interior liquid. Just a simple damned balm. For that first day of investigation, I conceded defeat. I'd lost half a day risking my life on unstable makeshift ledges and in smelly sewers. I lost the other half playing bingo with the ghost of the person I was trying to find. Oh, and came away with sticky soap bubbles in my pockets. Yet, I couldn't think of anything I should have done differently. In a way, I was sure I had moved one step closer to the truth. There was going to be no ransom. The egregious Mr. Mulzberg would have been waiting in vain until I found something. Lately, I hardly get any sleep. This kidnapping case was making matters worse. An extravagant girl, Kathrin, the claustrophobic atmosphere of the Mulzberg mansion, the twisted challenge that was thrown at me, and that mask. That mask was haunting me. That morning, I found a surprise waiting for me in the Miami Harbinger. Tucked between its pages, similar to the letter found 2 days before, an envelope stuck out. Inside it, a note, displaying some chess pieces, whose meaning would only become clear to me later, and a picture that immediately attracted my attention. Kathrin, hand in hand with a guy I'd never seen before. I woke up with very few ideas, but this event gave me a new lead to investigate. But who sent that hint? I had to show the picture to Alice by the end of the day. I was sure she knew her stuff about online searches.
Okay, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for watching this episode. I do appreciate you watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to the videos. I do appreciate it, and goodbye.